Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
Hilarious.
here. I love it when the little blue button pops up to say they're here. I get so excited. Let's let her in.
All right.
We can tell her that we was just talking about her. Maybe her ears are burning. That's why she came in. Look at that big smile.
Smile. Look at
Connect.
that. Well,
Hi.
hello there.
Just waiting for the audio to connect. Here we go. Audio is connected. You're in the room. Nope, it's gonna be.
Perfect.
There we go.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Sophie, nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you. And what a fabulous smile when your photo
Oh my
opened
goodness.
up. A massive beaming smile. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
We just gave you a warm welcome and introducing you. So now we get into the good stuff. And you can pretty much introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes. Hello, everyone, at this awesome show across the pond with Rich and Soph. My name is Finda, and I am the owner of the Personal Development Center for Women, the only perfume that's for personal development. I started without knowing anything in the industry, out any money at all, been grinding for 7 years, and literally I've just been carving my own way and actually becoming the brand that I am. I had to become bold, brave, and empowered in order for me to convey my message, which is empowered.
Yes.
Oh my good. And what made you
Wow.
start the whole perfume line?
Oh my goodness. I did not want to do perfume at all. When I moved to New Jersey, it was at the peak of the recession in 2008, but I moved. I wanted to be like the Jillian Michaels in personal training because that's what I did. I thought I was
Yes.
going to be a trainer to celebrities, but I have this thing because I'm really faith-based. My dad was a minister. I always feel like you cannot negotiate with God. I remember coming into New Jersey and actually just going through so many obstacles, getting on the train, getting on different things you can actually think of. I was coming off a bus one day and I said to myself 3 months later, I said, man, I said, I'm so proud of myself. If I ever start a perfume, I'm going to call it Empowered. Don't know why. This is 2009, but I actually kind of ignored that feeling. And then I went into doing music management with my brother, but still, it was still there, still there. So 2014 I would say July 2014, the whole concept just came to me to create the perfume.
All
And just like
right.
that, no looking back?
No looking back. It just was very strong for me to start it, but I really had to answer to the calling. And it made sense why I had to really do perfume. I thought it was going to be much more, as in every celebrity kind of jumps in the whole bandwagon doing perfume. It's a very lucrative industry. But if you really don't have a story attached to why you're doing it, if you're going after money, it's not going to work. With me, I didn't have the money for it. For instance, my story was very pivotal for me to share. For years, I never told anyone that I'm dyslexic because I was very ashamed of it. So the fact, the day when I decided to actually own who I am is the day I felt empowered. So that's why I call it Empowered.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. See, I had told him that I've known you for since we were teenagers.
Yes,
And
yes.
I told him that you were, in the management and fitness, dietitian, all that good stuff.
Yes.
And now your entrepreneurship is jumping off the shelves with this perfume. So how do you come up with the fragrances that you have?
Absolutely. Great question. That's the thing about the industry. So every person who creates a perfume always has different scents that they actually release. Every time they'll release a different scent. Like every season you see something awesome. Somebody will say, okay, this is for spring. This is for fall. This is for winter. But when I started Empowered, it's literally only one scent that I have. So it's one scent for 3 different women. So that's why it's called Bold, Brave, and Empowered. I wanted to go against the grain. I wanted to stand out so much where other people really don't do something like that because my mind is a message connected to it. So I said, okay, I wanted to do something because I love Coco Mademoiselle so much. Something that was inspired was going to be very sophisticated, but very simple. But it also smells like you just stepped out of a shower. Reached out to a lady, I think at the time she was in Florida. We told her exactly what I wanted. So her chemist created a bunch of different notes for me. We went through 36 of them, and Empowered actually was called Elegant at the time when I created it, when I selected it. I said, this is it. So I had to take that one that we selected. We had to come back here to Jersey, take it to a chemist. They had to reformulate the whole thing for me, get rid of a couple of things because they were not based on regulations with, I would say, the state and the country. You really can use certain notes. It took me, I would say, a year to actually really bring the whole brand to fruition. So the scent was born.
And are you just only going to have one fragrance?
For now, it's going to be one fragrance, but the fragrance is growing into so many different things. We're going to have the spa kit as well, which is the body wash, the lotion, bubble bath. And we're going to create a spa kit, but also it's just not just the fragrance. We also have a book coming out next month as well. So it's part of the story as well. So it's turning into a whole conglomerate, not just a perfume. It started with empowered, but it's a whole empowered movement that I'm actually setting the tone for.
Oh my goodness. And how does the perfume work? Because isn't there different levels? Like,
yes,
how does
yes,
it,
they are. Absolutely. So empowered by Finda, it is an eau de parfum. Eau de parfum just literally means that it's the perfume itself. It's 18 to 20% of the perfume in the bottle, and the rest is the alcohol that's in the bottle. So it's it's a little bit more concentrated, but not as eau de toilette. It's only a little bit, so I would say like 9 to 11%. Women tend to like more the eau de parfum because they feel like it lasts longer in their skin. It just depends on the materials. Or if you have cologne, women could also use cologne. Cologne is specifically just the oil itself that goes directly on your skin. And there are different tricks and trades you can actually do to actually make your perfume last longer. For women, we can do it in our hair because our hair perfume loves oil. So if you want to spray your perfume in your hair, you can do that. It can actually maintain your scent longer. Or when you come out of the shower, I always tell people moisturize because you want to make sure your body stays really nice and moisturized because your perfume stays on there too as well. And then there are pressure points. You also want to put it on pressure points, which everything kind of makes a really nice melding scent that lasts longer.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're getting a lesson.
I always spray perfume in my hair because I think if I'm out somewhere and I just go like this, then someone will say, "Oh, what's that perfume?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's me." So I always spray it in my hair just because I think if you move your hair, the scent is going to escape out there and everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
because the oil, it lasts longer. Yes.
I'm learning. I'm a big cologne collector, but I don't wear a lot of cologne. So mine's is just on the wrist and on the neck.
I don't think it would work for you to put it in your hair, Rich, because you can't swish your hair as you're going along. Unfortunately, you don't really have that.
No, right now it's a little too long. I got to put it up right now. It's up and out of the way. Yeah.
So, we haven't actually name dropped and told everybody that you are actually the famous sister of Knox, who we had on the show, who's actually
quite a few times.
We were talking about earlier has just changed his name. So yeah, you have a very talented family.
I do. I'm very blessed to actually come. Growing up, we all used to do this thing where we sit at the dining room table. My father had the thing where we would bake bread when it was snowing. We had this thing where we always would actually just share our dreams, what we see ourselves doing and what somebody else is going to do. We all have different strengths. And mine has always just been so driven to be an entrepreneur. I used to imagine that I was like little Oprah growing up. So I feel like that's like the footsteps that I'm actually kind of creating. So it's more of a very, very like creative family that I come from.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like that with your own family now, with your children?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I have one child for now. I want more, but I do have one. But I definitely put in his mind, let him know that anything is possible and everything. As a matter of fact, every night before we go to bed, there's a book I read to him called The Power of Getting Your Way. So it's persuasion. He loves the book. So he's learning, and he's only 4. He's only his little trip. Yeah, he's learning. So which I'm grateful for.
Yeah. How does your significant other feel about your entrepreneurship?
Oh my goodness. Victor is amazing. I tell people that I won the lottery in life when I met him. He's my business partner. He literally put in he's my business partner. Yeah. He works a full-time job as well that he's an engineer, window engineer, but he put in his 401k, not once, not twice, 3 times into Empowered. Literally, he's constantly investing. He's constantly pushing. When I feel like I can't go anymore, he's like, baby, get up one more time. Let's just do this. Try it this way. Completely supportive. Very, very supportive. So yeah.
That's good. And
he's 49%, I'm 51%.
I do think that I read something the other day that strong, independent women that are entrepreneurs either need a supportive partner or no partner. There's no in between.
Yes, it's so imperative when you're building something because, for instance, 7 years without really seeing consistent sales, it takes a toll on you. And one of the biggest things in the States that actually kind of rips marriages or partnerships apart, it's lack of finances. Mm-hmm. So when you actually just have one person bringing in all the money and you have the other person just taking, it actually kind of takes a toll on you. But with him, it was much more as in, I see where you're going. I really believe in this so much. So let me see what else we can do so we can actually just be more resourceful. And to me, that's my strong set. Like, he brings in the money, but I know exactly how to make a dollar stretch. It's one of the great things when it comes from growing up in a little poverty background a little bit. You know how to hustle. You know how to hustle.
Right? Yes. We all know how to hustle.
Yes.
Exactly, all of us. How long did it take for you to get your final scent? Was it a case of smell this, oh no, I don't like this, add this, I don't like that, yes, this is fine, that's fine?
Yes. So the thing is that when I was actually going to go through all 30 something things that they sent me, but what it made Empowered itself that people know today, I think it was number 11. I was smelling it. We made a whole listing. Okay, good, bad, okay, excellent. But when I smelled that one, I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. This is excellent. So I want to keep going. And then Victor says to me, who's my partner, he said it was excellent. I said, yeah. He said, well, stop. You found something you love. It's excellent. Stop. So that literally was that was it that actually kind of set the tone for Empowered. And a lot of people that smell it tell me it's unlike anything they've ever smelled before. To me, it makes me feel really, really great about it. But at the same time, it's like that whole thing of really putting the message behind it, like the journey. Like I said, I had to become what I'm selling first in order for me to convey that message.
And is it true that perfume smells different on different people?
Absolutely, that it does. It depends exactly where you are. I would say much more of whatever you eat, where you are in the world. It depends exactly your body chemistry, where you are when it comes to aging. It also depends on, for instance, let's just say you're dressed, you get up and you are wearing jewelry. But the moment you actually touch metal, you touch the doorknob, it also changes the chemistry of the perfume. People don't really know that. So all those tiny little things kind of change the chemistry. It dulls out I would say the top notes, which are much more the softer notes. And usually the base notes are more the stronger, like I would say more the vanilla or different things like that. So people really don't know sometimes over the time. That's why something will smell great on me and smell completely different than the next person. It depends on the person's diet. It depends on the person's body chemistry. It depends on what the person actually either touched throughout the day.
I knew there was a reason I never touch public door handles. I thought it was hygiene. Now I know it's because I don't want my perfume to wear off.
There you go.
So you said you are creating a conglomerate. So you say you have a book coming out. Is that going to be an autobiography? Is it just going to be like a novel? What are we expecting in the future from you?
Absolutely, sure. Everything I do with